the lights on? Can you read?
Yeah. It's just
Read?
numbers.
Are you literate? Okay.
I haven't wanted to tell you. Okay.
You can intro whenever you're ready.
Just don't cut any of this out. This should be our show. Welcome to Gemstones and Whiskey, an Outlander podcast. I'm Ashley Alexandra.
And I'm Reena Ezra. And this is it.
This is it. Was I supposed to do it a different way?
No, that's it. This is episode 3.
Yes.
We are going to start right now. Just played it. Diving into another episode.
Here we
Fun
go.
stuff.
You know, number 3 is my favorite number.
It is?
Yeah.
It's unlucky in China.
Comedy in threes.
Oh, so true.
Just saying.
Oh, so true. I know.
That's a great point.
I accented that way. Also, oh god, we're already starting this episode.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder that Claire has had to go through this with Frank twice. She's leaving him at the train. Well, they're both serving in World War II. Her as a nurse and he as... What is he again? I always forget. Yes, possibly. Yes, yeah,
right?
sure, yes.
Yeah. See?
And they have to bid each other adieu when they go on aboard, and then there's 5 years where they don't see each other. They probably wrote letters, whatever, but obviously we're not, no physical touch. Could not see each other.
Yeah.
And then again, her going in, because this is starting with a flashback. But then her going in... Oh, I didn't notice that line. Sorry, we have subtitles on, but she's going... Somebody said this is backwards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, her journey's backwards.
No, I was... Well, and I was just going to say, if we're talking about, feminine power, she's the one leaving him.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
To go to the front lines.
Yes. Yeah. Even though, they're both in uniform.
Yeah.
Is he catching the next train? Is that... I don't know, I was just kidding.
No, I think he's, stationed...
Oh, he's stationed... Oh, you're right.
Isn't he, kind of in charge?
That
I don't know.
is possible. They didn't really specify that in here. Do they specify
but still,
that?
just, this scene in general in other movies would be, the woman saying goodbye to the man,
yes,
just in
true.
general.
But he's saying goodbye to her. But then again, it's just she's had to be emotionally and physically distant from her partner more than once. So I think that's also why she has such a just a heart of a heart of gold. No, just she's like a rock. It's been hard.
Yeah, so I think she clearly, even as a nurse, you have to be able to compartmentalize,
yes.
right?
Yeah, you said it better than I did.
Well, you got me there. Okay, yes. So she now is back in the 1700s. Just had a nice, probably cold pot of water dumped over her head.
Yeah, look at her hair. It looks so nice wet.
I know. She is confiding in Mrs. Fitz. And she is...
Oh, when she talks about...
starting to share that she is from the future.
No, she doesn't specifically say that to her, does she?
Well, that's what she's kind of explaining.
Oh my god, I keep thinking when she talks about Frank, she's talking about her husband who's basically
yeah, that's how she normally does it. But right now, she's talking about how her honeymoon.
Oh
is
my
in
god, you're
1945.
right.
Right, and
oh my god, 200 years.
How is Mrs. Fitz gonna?
What made her tell Mrs. Fitz?
Well, maybe just wait.
This is just a general question just for people out there who are watching.
I think maybe just wait.
She spills the beans.
You're kind of unsure about how Mrs. Fitz is taking it.
Which I like. They definitely kept you on your toes. Because we're just seeing Mrs. Fitz's facial expression and a reaction for you're just oh my god, what is she gonna say? Oh my god, what is she gonna think?
Yeah. And
that's an honest. Her first thing is a lot to take to mind. That's a lot to absorb.
Yeah.
I don't know. Since Mrs. Fitz is still listening to her, that was definitely something I picked up on, because I was like, she's at least intrigued to, find out the truth.
She seems to be getting a little nervous.
Oh,
and a little upset. And she's calling her
devil.
a demon.
Oh no.
And
Oh
she's
no.
calling her a witch and smacks her across the face, but she didn't really do it. It was all just Claire thinking about what might happen if she were to just...
You remember this episode way better.
Yeah, I was like,
forgot
maybe just wait till the end of the
Completely forgot that. Wow, it got me.
Because, listen, you have to remember, like, Mrs. Fitz is obviously a really sweet woman, but, like, you have to think about whether or not there are people who could wrap their brain. Think about how hard it is if she were to think about, like, going back in time and trying to get Frank to believe that she went back in time. Now imagine trying to get someone from the 1700s to think
that's
about you're from the future.
That's a long shot. Wow. It's been a while since I've watched these episodes early on, because again, if people are keeping up with it, they're filming season 6 right now, or at least they've almost finished. It's almost a completion or something.
Yeah, it's coming out next spring.
So there we go, and they've already been renewed for season 7.
Yeah,
they were renewed for that when they were filming season 6.
I think people 7's going to be the last one.
Because I think it's tied up to the book. Exactly. Are there 7 books to 7 seasons?
I think she's still writing.
Oh, I thought she finished.
I don't know, but there's also like spin-off. They have
true.
Some characters have like their own like.
There's always a spin-off.
Novellas.
Who can you say? Who has a spin-off?
I can't because they've not been introduced yet.
Who would you want to have a spin-off?
Of the characters that we've been introduced to
so thus far, yes.
Good question. Oh, you know what? I would love like a Rupert and Angus.
Oh my god, like a bromance?
Yeah, like yes. 2 doofuses on adventures across the Scottish Highlands. Like, yeah.
That sounds like a fun show.
Is it doofi? Is that the plural of doofus? Doofi?
Sure. Whatever you want it to be. I would definitely be interested in Larry. Really? Yeah. And I'm just gonna leave that there.
I think we're gonna have some interesting conversations.
Yeah, more things come to play in the show.
Are you a big reader, by the way?
I am a big reader, yeah, for sure. But the thing is that, right, it's always weird because when I know that there are books and then it's a movie based off of it or a TV show based off of it, I never read the books. I go straight to the movie or what the TV is. Yeah. But I'm a huge reader, yes. Loved getting lost in a novel. Which, you know what I found out, or did we talk about this already? When people read, sometimes certain people only read the words on the pages. They do not visualize things in their head.
Yeah, I think that's the way I do it.
That's insane to me. I always assume that people
more like pictures and scenes.
Yes, when I'm reading shit. Yeah.
No, I have a very hard time, and I think I was always very self-conscious of that as an actress.
Wow.
Where like if you give me a script, I'm not really gonna get it. But if you let me see a production and then you give me a script, I can be like, I know how to improve upon what I've seen. Interesting. Or like have new ideas about new ways to interpret it. Yeah. But like, I miss a lot. I think I have a little like dyslexia or something going on.
Really? What makes you
I got a little something. Or like
you're a little, so your D's are almost B's?
No, it's not switching. I get
like you said a little. So it's like the letters aren't fully. It's terrible. I'm sorry.
I think. Well, I definitely have it with numbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I will switch numbers. Like, if you give me a phone number, you better give it to me slow. And I need time to write it down or punch it in or whatever it is.
So I'll speed up when it's the scoring section.
Do not. But yeah, I think it's the same. So I don't know if it's dyslexia-esque. Or if it's more so a comprehension issue.
Huh.
if I'm hearing something, I comprehend it without a problem.
Okay.
But like reading it, it could be an attention thing too. I don't know. Where like I have to read it multiple times.
Do you have ADHD?
I'm not diagnosed, but as an adult, I'm starting to really think.
Wait, did you suffer? Did you have you couldn't stay put or distractions or
no?
Like,
but so it's interesting.
Focus,
The graduate class I'm in right now is about career planning, and we had to do this whole like large assessment test, and a very interesting section of it was that I'm a very, very high observation, which means you can be easily distracted because you are attuned to everything in the room. So like if I'm trying to do work and someone's having a conversation over there, it can be very hard for me to focus on what I'm doing.
Yes,
because
I get that.
also
Yeah, I can relate.
So I think it's like a split attention thing.
Okay.
Which, so I don't know if it's just like normal, like within normal range, but I just tend to skew towards that side, or if it is actually like an attention.
So I like definitely if I'm working and I have to write stuff, I can't listen to anything with words. Like listening to while I'm writing something, or if I'm listening to something as lyrics or whatever, like I definitely learned that as I got older, where I was just like, yeah, this is giving me trouble.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah. This is also interesting. Where the layered.
So there was a tailor brought in to make a new jacket for the layered column. And the tailor thought he was being real smart by making the jacket extra long to hide Column's legs. And Column pulled a knife on him and said, "Make me a normal coat."
Yeah, that's what it does. Yeah.
Because he certainly does not want to be seen as less than, or as like being viewed as seeing his own self as less than.
Yeah.
So it's like a
he doesn't
power
also
thing.
see it as anything to hide, perhaps, right?
No, I think that's what it is. Like he wants people to see him walking in feeling confident in himself.
Yes,
and that's not like trying to hide it and
not
appear more normal or whatever. Because that would be a sign of weakness. Then like you feel like you have to hide or you're ashamed of a part of you.
Get rid of that tailor. Bring in Tim Gunn.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Make it work.
Is
this a Outlander?
Make it work. Cessna.
Top. What is it? Not top model. Runway.
Project Runway.
Yeah, Project Runway. Outcast. Oh my god.
This
Outcast.
is
wow. Sorry, this is our second episode we're recording today. This is a lot of man butt.
Also, this is Claire and the column are getting up close and personal. She's giving him a massage
of his butt.
Well, it's right above his butt. It's like his butt dimples. It's not his butt.
It's his pre-butt dimples.
But this is I don't know, it's kind of a crucial moment in their relationship.
Definitely got a little vulnerable there. Like to be like, hi, here are my full legs and also my butt. And can you do something nice for me? He's seeing it,
as somebody like treating me. I don't think he's seeing it as like it was like inappropriate.
Oh no. I mean, I think like that shows a sign of trust.
Yes.
Between the two of them, for him to be like, first of all, here are all my...
Because she can stab his back right now.
Leg issues, correct.
And she did.
Yeah.
Also, that was a fun thing where his last masseuse, I don't know what they call him back then, but the dude that would massage his legs, but she's like, oh, no, because her a medical background.
Yes.
She's like, I'm gonna massage your back.
And as someone with back problems, I can confirm she is doing it the correct way.
To massage.
Yeah, she's doing like the SI joints, which are really important for your hips and legs.
Yeah, I also love when you go in and get a massage, and if you have neck problems, they go to your shoulders. They go to your back. There's just it's all connected. Funny how exactly
you can have pain on your right side, but it's actually coming from an issue somewhere on the left side.
Yeah,
it's pretty great.
I also think it's beautiful to be able to understand someone's body like that, or just a body in general, to know anatomy and know the.
My dream was to find a physical therapist to marry, or a chiropractor. Quite honestly, because
That would have been so
Like, imagine I'm like,
I've never been to a chiropractor.
Part of my body.
You have? What did they
cracked?
crack?
I go... So, okay, I've been to cracking ones before. That's not my usual go-to. I do craniosacral massage. This has nothing to do with Outlander, but who cares? Craniosacral massage is like, I mean, this is a very
it's helpful for people if they don't know.
Yes, if you have back problems and you suffer from like nerve pain related to back problems, craniosacral massage is like focuses on the bundle of nerves at the base of your skull, the top of your neck, base of your skull, and it's kind of like magic essentially. They like my chiropractor will literally like follow along a nerve that clearly has an issue, and I could like feel it's like whoa, electric. It's
so he just puts pressure on. She puts pressure on it,
is a female chiropractor.
Massages it.
Yeah, so it's in between like a massage.
Okay.
And so like some of it feels good, some of it actually like kind of hurts a little bit if she's working with like. If I have a lot of nerve pain that day.
Oh, wow.
But it's, like, for good reason.
Yeah.
But it's less about, like, the cracking your spine and more about, like, releasing tension in certain areas. Or, like, I guess, I don't know exactly what she's doing with the nerve. If it's, like, I don't know, stimulating it in a different way to kind of break that message to your brain of like,
is it true that if you like crack your muscles, like you're always going to crack them?
So you crack your bones, not your muscles.
Yeah, I mean, why do I keep doing that?
I don't know. I figured
when you crack thank you for correcting me. When
so
you
I
crack
don't know. I'm not actually a doctor.
No, I know. This is just
I just play one on a podcast.
Also, have you tried acupuncture?
No, but I want to.
I've never tried. I heard that's really good for nerves.
It's interesting. My insurance lumps nutrition and acupuncture together.
Huh.
So, like, and you only get 12 sessions in a year. So it's like...
It's at least it's included.
Yeah, that's true. I should be using it.
You should,
like, use it or lose it.
Yes. Now back to Outlander.
Okay.
That was a good tangent. I like how we go off on
Okay, wait, this was... I'm sorry, we missed a really important thing.
Did we?
So, like... Claire is, again, a little drunk. But she was invited to like come see this guy perform.
Yeah, she's already getting real
As
comfortable.
a guest of Columns. Like he's like, please come as my guest. She's like, I guess if wine's gonna be there, I'll go. And she immediately got drunk, and she ended up sitting next to Larry and was like trying to be really nice to her. And she's like, oh, like you like Jamie, right? I could tell. And she's like, I don't know. And then Jamie walks in, and Claire's like, hey, come sit here.
So he's sitting in the middle.
But he's completely ignoring Larry.
Oh my god, he really is.
And like kind of sort of flirting with Claire, and Larry's getting very upset.
Now they're sharing wine.
They're sharing wine. Like they essentially just kissed. Like not really, but like
But he
that's
just,
like
he
that's
drank
like
her
elementary
backwash.
school kiss. Like
He
where you're like,
drank
ew,
her
like
backwash.
you kiss.
I won't I'll share drinks, but I will not share my ice cream with you. If there's ice cream on a cone and I'm licking it, you're not licking it.
Yeah, no, that's
lollipop. This is not yours.
Ew, yeah, like
but people do
that.
You see that in movies, and
you're putting your spit on it.
Yes. Yeah, and you know, I told my brother this that I won't do that with Jordan, and he's like, "But Reena,
I don't
you guys kiss?"
It's just
and
gross. Like it's not like whose spit it is. I don't want to lick anyone else's spit.
Thank you. I'm glad you understand.
So what was really interesting was
look at this guy playing his clarinet.
Jamie was like, or Claire was like, I need to fix your bandage, and he was like, okay, and then he handed Claire's empty wine cup that they both drank out of to Larry and was like, peace out, you. Now Claire's
so
clearly very drunk. She's like trying to do that thing where she's like, I'm so not drunk. I'm fine, and I'm like so smart.
We've all been here.
Be drunk. This is how I get drunk, where I'm like, I'm so not.
And then you just want to hug everyone.
Oh my god, yes.
I'm just like, I love us.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
Are you doing a direct impression of me? A lot is being revealed.
Good times.
Anyway, Jamie's like, listen, I agreed to come back here because I wanted to walk you back because you're very drunk and I don't want you to like be embarrassed.
She was just also, I feel like Claire, like she wanted them time, just them two. And, like,
yeah, for
time.
Sure.
But
look at her. She's like lingering on his body. He's fully clothed this time.
Yes, but like that's the thing too, though. I think that the thing that does excite her is also when he confides in her. Is the intimate conversation?
Absolutely.
It's not just the because it is getting different attention than she would get from Frank.
Yes. Also, I do just want to point out that there's a body language trick where if you adjust yourself and the other person mirrors you, that means they think you're a higher status. So I just want to point out that, like, Jamie came next to her to, like, sit where she was. So he's clearly interested. He tried to leave and she said, no, wait, I need to take off some of these layers.
Yeah, but his bandage isn't
Look,
there.
there's so much tension. Look at it.
Oh my god, we're looking at his Adam's apple.
We have, like,
Oh, his scar looks terrible. It's scabbing. There's no drainage.
Girl, I am not looking at the scar.
Sorry.
I didn't know I had a thing for necks and knees. I didn't care. And then Jamie Fraser walked in.
Change your world.
Rocked my world. They're clearly flirting, like outright flirting right now.
Hey guys, we're the band Necks and Knees.
Oh my god.
Oh, and he just leaves?
She's like for sure tingling right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, she's so
look at it!
Wow, she had to take... Ooh, okay.
And now there's some flowers.
That's gonna be in some steaminess points.
Yeah.
And it's the next morning.
She seems to have a pep in her step.
This
Maybe
guy's so funny.
She was all nice and flirty.
I love this character.
The cute boy.
Oh.
Angus. There's Gayless. They're meeting up. They seem to be very chummy, which like accelerated rather quickly.
Yeah, it did.
But I think it's because some time went by. So.
Yeah, true. Obviously. And now they're picking hawthorn berries.
Yeah. There's also this subplot that we haven't talked about where there's these two boys were like at some old abbey playing around, and then the one's been very sick, and that's Mrs. Fitzgibbons' like nephew or something, or sisters,
her nephew,
right?
Yep. Thomas.
Yeah. And he's like kind of near death, but they're thinking he's like possessed by an evil spirit,
But Claire's like, no, he might be ill. And they're like, no, he needs an exorcism.
Because there's a whole, like, legend that there's, like, this demon that will haunt you if you go and play near that abbey.
Do you believe in spirits, like, possessing other things and, like, exorcism? Like, do you believe in any of that stuff?
I'm not sure. Unsure is my answer.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Because I've heard conflicting things where, like, I think I do believe in, like, energies.
Yeah.
Right? Like, sticking around or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Although I have heard that, like, they're usually good energies. Like, I've heard conflicting things.
Well, I mean, I don't have any, like, experience with ghosts or spirits or, like, anything like that. But I also do believe, like, it is the energy you give off. Like, if you're, I don't know, if you have, like, a death wish or you put yourself around bad juju, I believe in karma. Like, if bad shit, you put bad shit out in the world, bad shit's gonna come back to you. Yeah. You know? And then there's good karma. But, yeah, it is very interesting that we look at this show as, like, the old tale, the fairy tales, and, like, you know, the witchcraft or the things they like, you know, this, that, or like reading palms or doing blah, blah, and it's just like, that is a thing that still continues today in 2021.
Absolutely.
Like, there is a still, like, it's just interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it taps into people's need for imagination, that they have less and less opportunities for it as you get older, right? So it's like an escapism thing.
Or to explain something they can't.
Absolutely. Having like
sense of,
feeling like you can.
That's why we have religion.
Yeah, prepare for the future, right? Like you have an idea of what's going to happen, or.
That's true. Oh, this poor kid's strapped to the bed.
Also, Galis was like, listen, everyone thinks he's possessed, and like, just go along with it, because if you try and say otherwise, you're gonna get yourself in trouble, essentially.
And what does Claire do?
She
listen.
barges in and says he's not possessed.
She's just too determined. But again, she took an oath.
Absolutely.
She is a doctor.
Well, right now she's a nurse. But...
Well, you're right. Is she a nurse in the 1940s?
Yeah, she's not.
Yes,
a doctor
I thought she was a doctor already. My bad. You know, like even as a nurse,
but
you
still,
have to take an oath. Do you have to take an oath as a nurse?
I don't know that you do.
Really? Just for doctors? But nurses are in the room. Yeah, let's look this up. But anyway, she's obviously somebody, the reason why she got into it is because she wants to save lives. So if there's somebody there who actually is in pain, she can't help herself. You know, it's like she needs to scratch that itch.
Yeah, well, and also think like this is her only purpose there.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
It's the only thing she has to like actually do and actually contribute.
You know what's funny? The actor who plays the priest, who's totally into God, right? Putting this holy water in this guy. The only thing I can think of is 101 Dalmatians, because he was one of the henchmen.
Oh my gosh. Do you watch the new one? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, it's the old one with Glenn Close.
Good.
I heard that.
I
heard the costume design.
Yeah, like it's
that's
fun
very,
to watch.
Yeah, you know.
So nurses do take they take an oath. They swear that they will protect their patients. So that's interesting.
You know, and that's what Claire.
But it's not the Hippocratic oath, so it is different.
Oh. Different kind of oath. So Claire leaves right now.
Well, because Father Bain is like, get out of here. Yeah. He's frightening.
Yeah, he certainly is. So that's just a disappointment. But I'm sure she's
got a plan.
Yeah. Oh, but that poor kid.
Well, she's not going to give up on him.
I love how they just call each other lazy fat bastard. But he just called somebody else.
I really want one of her scarves.
Yeah, you could probably
or like a cowl. Maybe it would be more. You could
probably buy that online.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And what do we see? Jamie is kissing Larry.
I think here's the moment that I can't make sense of. He like smirks.
He totally did that to make Claire jealous.
You think?
Oh, I totally think.
Okay.
He is into I guess, yes.
I just thought with the way he played other things, he seems to want Claire to think he's like
a bad boy?
No, I think he wants Claire to think that he's like honorable and like respectful, like even the way he's like when she was like, I need to look at your neck or whatever, like he was very like stiff.
Yeah, okay.
And not like kind of being like, you're taking my clothes off.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was an interesting moment.
See, but they're playing footsies.
No, they're not playing footsie.
That's his foot and Claire's foot. That's footsies. What is footsies then?
It's not really. Yeah, I guess it is kind of footsies.
Yeah.
But he was trying to say, because she essentially was hinting at the fact that he has swollen lips because he was kissing Leary. and he's put his foot on hers to be like, shut up, like no one's supposed to know that that's happening. And then she like knocks his foot to be like, screw you, I'm gonna tell all your secrets because I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, she's so jealous.
But oh my god, this was the moment I fell in love with Murtaugh, where he's like, Jamie needs a woman, not a girl, and Larry's gonna be a girl till she's 50, and you know the difference. Which I was like, oh my god, he knows that Claire's a woman, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I love this character. Yeah, I also feel like it was just fun to watch their interactions over time as well.
Yes.
And because Claire does listen to him, and I think she does respect him a little. She does, like, you know, you really have to pick and choose who you trust here. And again, he's very close with Jamie. Like, the clan, they're all very close to each other, but then there are specific people who look out for each other. Who are like...
Yeah,
you know.
so Murtaugh is Jamie's godfather.
You would...
Is that...
I don't know. Is it?
What?
Was that revealed later on?
I don't think that's a big reveal.
Okay. Are you sure?
No. Whatever. Guess what, everyone?
Spoilers!
No, I don't
know if that's a spoiler.
I don't think it's a plot point.
There's definitely a plot point.
Well, I didn't say that. All the extra stuff.
Okay.
So, Galus is, like, trying to low-key trick Claire into sharing information about her past. So she's clearly trying to, like...
Which Claire's not that stupid. She's not going to just easily divulge information.
But that conversation gets a little interrupted because there's all this ruckus outside, and it's a boy being, like, dragged by Father Bain.
Because he stole something. Could you imagine that's your punishment?
24601, Jean Valjean.
Oh, you're right. But he wasn't a child.
No, but he stole a loaf of bread.
He did.
A loaf of bread.
He did.
But yeah,
if it was challah bread, I would have fucking stole it. Ugh, I love challah bread. Naan, you've ever had naan?
Yes, I love naan.
But like,
but naan doesn't come in a loaf, so I feel like
it doesn't.
You're not really. It's not enough payoff. Although it is.
What
delicious.
would they say? Loaf of bread, disc of naan. What do you say?
Baguette would be
a
nice.
Baguette,
or like
like
a crusty Italian bread.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
Yeah.
There's an organization.
Sourdough?
So there's an organization, I forget what their name is. I follow them on Instagram, and I'm not quite sure I understand how they work. But they basically, like, bring an armoire to a random location and stock it full of sourdough loaves, like fresh-baked sourdough loaves.
Oh.
And then they post the location on their Instagram, and they're like, enjoy. So I don't understand how you make money. So I think you can leave with, like, donation. And also, I think you can be a member, but I don't understand what your membership gets you. Like, do you get to just pick up loaves of bread that they make for you? I'm not sure. I love the mystery of it. Like, you have to, like, get, like, they'll be like, oh, somewhere in Rutherford, we've set this up. Do you know where it is? And you have to, like, find an armoire, like, the Narnia of yeast.
Yeah.
Like, it's very weird, but
Narnia of yeast. That sounds like a euphemism for vagina.
Well, what's an armoire but a big vagina? What? I don't know. Anyway, we're meeting Galus's husband, who's like...
I know, this man's weird.
I don't know, an accountant or something?
I don't know, with a bad wig.
He's got really bad stomach problems, and he's like, can you help me feel better? And she's like, sure, but first, if I make you feel better, can you go tell Father Bain to, like, be nicer to that kid?
Yeah, because they were about to give him a punishment.
And she's like, because I'll, like, maybe touch you later, is what is essentially happening.
Yeah, he's like, okay. I'm not gonna lie, when the subtitles said butt hunger, I thought it was butt hunger. That's not, it wasn't two T's, it was one, but that would have been really weird. It's like, they're talking about butt hunger? What is happening? Yeah, Galis really also knows how to, get what she wants.
Clearly a strong actress. Like, the character is. Also, like, what is she wearing?
Galis?
Yeah, it's like fur. Is it backwards?
It looks backwards, but also, it's not.
She had the shawl she wore in the last one had like a hole on the one side. Does she just wear things like weird?
She's weird. She's just a weird person.
She is weird.
She probably makes her own stuff and finds her own.
So essentially, Galis is like, all right, he'll make sure that like he just gets nailed to the pillory. Just his ear, though. And Claire's like, what?
She's like, it's better than losing a hand. Nailing his ear to... Man. I mean, this kid, he takes it. Look at him. He's sitting there.
I mean...
He's not even fighting.
This is like early version of Claire's piercing pagoda.
Oh my god, they just did that to him. He didn't even scream, this kid.
Yeah, he's a trooper.
Oh my god.
So Claire is, of course, horrified because she's from 1945.
And you don't do that over there. Well, they did worse stuff. They do bad stuff.
In of course. I think she's just like appalled, like a child getting his...
Right, because she's a normal person. That's fucked up. There's this little shit that comes up to this other kid, wiggling his other ear to him, taunting, you little piece of
crap. So Claire's apparently just been standing in the window for hours because the light changed, looking at that kid. And Galis is like, interesting, you seem very upset about this whole pillory thing. And Claire's like, well, that's not really what we do where I come from.
Mm-hmm. Which
is where? Like, I'm sorry, what? Tell me more about that.
Yeah. Ooh, very clever. I just noticed, I don't know if that was put there by design, but Galis just put her legs up on an ottoman and her shoes are red.
That's cool.
So for people, when you watch more of the show or future episodes and find out more, that's all I'll say. Subtle details, just like,
here comes
respect.
Jamie with his cute little hat and his like whole little getup
and his cute little body
so
and his cute little neck and his cute little knees and his cute little back and his cute arms.
And he's like reading the room. Look, they already have an unspoken language where she's like, please don't make me stay here talking to her, it's time to go. And he's like, yeah, it's time to go. I gotta bring you back, and I brought you a coat.
Yeah,
because it's raining. I have a cloak for you.
Oh my god! What are you gonna do next? Call me an Uber?
No, he's gonna like.
No, obviously he's just gonna
ride.
Right, he's gonna get
the way. Oh, what is my mom gonna listen to this?
Hi,
Mom.
You can answer that question. Only your mom can answer that question.
So she's like, all right, so this kid's still nailed, and like, is he done? And Jamie's like, oh yeah, no, he's like good to go. He's just got to rip his head off of it. And she's like, what? Now they're scheming together? Come on.
But I guess the kid can't really rip it out himself, right? Like, that's nailed in there pretty tight. Like,
no, I think you have to rip your
head off.
Yeah, you got to leave some of your ear behind. So Claire's like, well, you have really strong fingers. Maybe I can create a diversion and you can pull it out. And he's like, yeah, I'm down for a good plan. He's like, yeah.
He's always down to help out. Yeah. I love her diversion.
Is fainting.
It's classic. Like,
have you ever pretended to faint?
I don't think I have. Have you?
No, I was thinking. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility of something I would do.
Where
not
would
faint,
you
but I might be like
pretend to collapse?
I don't know. It would depend on what the situation
circumstances,
called for.
Of course.
But like, I do think that's a pretty good thing if you're like, whew, right?
And you just know, yeah.
Little light
yeah,
headed.
Sure.
People are like, oh, it's got to be something that you're like.
What if you're at like a buffet, and there's this other woman who's going?
I'm sorry, if I'm at a buffet, there's no time for games. Okay, I'm there for one purpose and one purpose only. Okay.
But you didn't let me finish. In order to get the last drumstick that's on, I don't know what buffet.
What kind of buffet?
Golden Corral. I don't know. You ever been to Golden Corral?
No.
Oh, Golden Corral. That's in the South.
Okay.
And it's just, I went to one in Virginia, and it's just a giant buffet
of drumsticks. It's only drumsticks.
No.
All different kinds of drumsticks.
But like corn.
You're really selling it. Wow.
I don't know, Southern food.
Have buffet, drumsticks, and corn.
There's like, there's
sure it's not dried at all.
There's a lot of stuff. And then there's a chocolate fountain.
Wow, you want to talk about things that COVID ruined? Chocolate fountains. Would you ever eat out of a chocolate fountain ever
Yo,
again?
I didn't eat out of that one because this kid kept dunking his same marshmallows and strawberries and shit, and he would like bite it and then like, dude, you take what you want and leave the fountain. Don't fucking park near the fountain and then have your meal and double dip. This kid had a mullet also, by the way, so gives you context to his character. I don't know what that says.
This kid named John with no H that I went to elementary school with, he had like a
Wait,
rat
why does
tail.
he have no age?
H.
Oh. I thought you said John with no age.
No, he was John with
It's like,
no
what is he,
H,
Casper
and I was
the
like,
Friendly Ghost?
You don't spell it right.
H.
And
Jon.
He had a little rat tail. Remember those?
Yeah.
And I was like, why do you have that? Because
Like
I feel like
Anakin?
it was like a mini
Like
mullet up
Anakin
top.
Skywalker?
Yeah, and
rat
then
tail?
like the rat tail. And then
What did he say?
I didn't really ask him.
Oh.
He was mean. He threw rocks. He probably liked us. He threw rocks at me.
Jamie
And then
loves...
he chased me around. He had poison ivy and he chased me around.
Oh my
the playground.
Yeah, that's also how Jamie shows Claire love. He throws rocks at her, chases her with poison. Wow, this kid, where is he today?
John with no H, I don't know. Anyway, Claire is being really smart and they're having like a really intellectual conversation. So she learns that like he had a tutor and he can speak different languages. And
Jamie?
Yeah, and all about like, he's like, yeah, I used to come up here as a kid and like, we used to eat this wood garlic. And she's like,
Ooh.
Can you show me? And then she's like, that ain't wood garlic. That's something from Germany. And he's like, did you say Germany? What's that? And she's like, I mean Prussia.
Yeah, see, that's immediately where I would flub up. I'm not a history person. So
I am a history person, but I don't remember any of it. But I was very into it in school, but
yeah, so she is like what she found on that shrubbery, or those like that's what the Lindsay and Thomas ate. Oh,
yeah,
Lily of the
Lily
Valley.
Of the
That's
Valley.
what it's called.
It was brought by monks, German monks, or Prussian
and it's
monks.
poisonous.
Yeah, and Father Bain's like, no, he's just dead from the demon.
Yeah, and he's calling that
like,
blasphemy. He's
I
crazy.
can save him.
He's like, no, it's between me and this demon.
She kind of has like a Clark Kent curl.
Oh,
going on. What's up with that? She's here to save the day.
It's her perm. Also, his skin is so dry.
Father Bain's like, I won't be ordered around by a woman, because Mrs. Fitz was like, you know what? This is my sister's house. You can get right out, because Claire knows what she's talking about.
Feminine power.
Yes. Unite.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, Father Bain has a lot of rosacea issues. I too have rosacea.
What is rosacea?
It's like essentially an autoimmune issue. It's like inflammation. There's two different kinds, flat and raised. I have the flat kind.
Wow, we're learning so much in this episode.
And yet none of it's about autoimmune.
Yeah, but people also want to find out about us.
Totally.
I don't know. That's a total assumption.
So she gave him some belladonna It lowers his blood pressure and brings him back to consciousness, or so she hopes. She's waiting to see if it's going to work. Do you think it's going to work?
And then she's like, yeah, but they make you all concerned because she's like, if I was wrong about the dosage, if he would kill him too quickly, if all of this was bad, and blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, fuck, like, Claire's got to look good doing this. She can't mess this up. Otherwise, who's going to trust her?
And guess what? He's fine.
Oh, he didn't need an exorcism after all.
He suddenly has a ton of color back in his face.
Oh, he's like, oh my God, look at this boy. He's alive!
Mrs. Fitz couldn't be happier.
It's a miracle!
Father Bain is like, you're a witch, and I don't like you.
Of course. Of course.
What? A smart woman? She must be a witch.
Yeah. He's not. He's like... He's busting out of here. He's got no patience for this. Oof. Not good.
Now they're having a nice little horse grooming date. Claire and Jamie. Like, what
I love how you're counting every one of these as dates.
Like, look, he's brushing the horse.
With hay?
Yeah, that's how it's done. You're the horse girl. You should know.
Okay, I bet I don't have to, modern day.
I don't know either.
Brush,
I just assume that if Jamie's doing it, it's right.
Yeah, I guess they had nothing else. You have to brush it with hay. Would you ride a horse?
I have some anxiety about like getting on and off the horse. So if they had like stairs, you know how they do that?
Yeah, the little
like
steps
for
or
kids.
stools. I get it because I'm 5 feet. I'm short, so like horses are tall. Yeah.
I gotta hoist his butt up. It takes some effort.
You need a lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would like to. I also in my mind think I'm more excited. I think I would be more hesitant in person when I got like next to such a large animal and being like, a lot of horsepower here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And like their eyes are so big. Like that's just scary.
And their nose?
But they're cool. I would like to do
Isn't it interesting that you're sitting on their back?
Yeah, and like, are they okay?
They don't have back
I would
pain,
also
do they?
feel bad. Like, I'd be like, I'm sorry.
I feel bad. You're sitting on, like, also, yeah, you roam free.
Yeah.
I don't know. What were you saying?
I don't know. But, I would like to do, like, horse therapy. You know, where, like, you, like, have to, like, bond with a horse as a form of therapy. I saw it on The Real Housewives of New Jersey one time.
Where have I seen this? I've definitely seen this somewhere, too.
And so it's like building trust, and like you have to get the horse to lift its leg up or something. It's like,
oh my God, why? Yes, where have I seen this? I haven't seen it on the show.
In reality shows, it's like I've seen it in multiple shows, but Housewives of New Jersey is the one I remember. Okay, also, wow. I'm sorry, there's another show with the guy who sings, and Claire showed up, and Jamie literally was like, Claire, over here, come over here.
That boy who wants to like sit next to you in the gym during the assembly, and you're like, oh my God, like me?
Yeah.
Like, and you like look around and you're like, yeah, it's me. Nobody else named Reena. I'm like, nobody else there named Claire, and you're like, okay, like I'm like gonna sit here.
I feel like Jamie, it would be difficult to decipher too, because I'd be like, are you just being nice? Or are you flirting with me? Like, he's got that energy where it's like, are you just, like, the really ridiculously, like, good-looking boy who was raised really right?
Yeah.
Who's just, like, really kind to people?
Yes.
Or do you like me? Like, like me.
Check, yes, no, or
like,
maybe.
Yeah.
The
trick is you just put yes. You give them one choice.
You're right.
Go big or go home.
This is a fun bit for sure for Claire. Puts a lot of things in clarity.
Claire.
That was a total accident, but now I'm going to say pun intended. Mm-hmm. They're talking about the Stones.
Yeah, it's a song about the legend of the Stones, about a person going through the Stones, making a bunch of new friends.
And Claire's like, oh my God, this song's about me.
like leaving a bunch of their people behind, but then also
and she asks
back
yeah,
through the stones, and Claire's like, hold up, record scratch. Jamie, did he just say you can go through the stones again?
And he's like, they always do in the folktale, and she's like, so also it must be comforting that they say this very, and they all believe it. Like, I feel like they all believe in this mystical power that's by these stones, like people who are singing the song or whatever, because this is how stories were passed down, you know, back then, generation to generation. So this gives her renewed hope.
Yeah.
And this is just like, oh my God, I'm not crazy or insane. Like, these, which also the thought in my mind would be like, holy fucking crap, I can finally tell someone about this because it's not going to sound so insane.
Right.
Because
like,
they all heard the song before.
Yeah.
This is real.
Oh, wow. Finished episode 3 already. Yeah, so she's definitely going in to the next episode, like, feeling hopeful.
Yes.
Feeling like there is a chance that it's possible to,
yes,
for whatever happened to happen again. Like, I don't even think she really understands.
But there's just a sliver of it. Like, that chance is just like what she needs to bet on. It's not, because she had nothing before, and this is something, and it's something big.
That's correct.
So we are now entering the scoring section.
I
was just trying to do something.
We're not worthy. Sorry. What? That's a different duo. Okay, so reminder, our criteria for our scoring. Reena, you take it away.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Stop. Okay. Steaminess. Plot. That was kind of bland.
Plot. I don't know what vowel sound that was.
Feminine power.
Yes. Ooh, I like that.
I gotta do like Captain Falcon Punch.
Yeah.
You know, like in.
I like that.
In oh my God, why am I blanking in the game?
I don't know.
Super Smash Bros. Costume set.
Yes.
Cringe factor.
Ew.
Imagine me with one small little shriveled up hand. You ever seen scary movies?
Yeah, I'm like, so you just mean that character that everyone thinks of automatically? Use the strong hand.
Yes. Yes.
Watch out. Fanny coming through.
Oh my God. I laugh too much on this podcast.
I don't know if that's what his voice sounds like. I can't remember.
I don't know, but I like it. It's good.
He was great in Schitt's Creek, too.
Oh, God. Never could get into Schitt's Creek. Don't hate me, people. Steaminess. I'm going to rank it 4. It was pretty high for me.
Is this the one where she was drunk? Wait, I'm sorry.
We're on episode 3.
Yeah, why don't you just tell me why you ranked
We already ranked episode 2. Just everyone, again,
No, sorry. Yeah. I didn't know if she was...
That we were recording 2 episodes in one thing.
No, yeah, I didn't know if she was drunk in this one, too. Or was sorry.
This is no, not a problem.
It's a 2 episode day.
Not a problem. Okay, here we go. Also, episode 3 is called The Way Out.
Oh, should we be saying...
I don't know. People can find it when they go and see it. But it's definitely helpful because... Well, actually, no. Sometimes I feel like the title of the episodes are a spoiler.
Yes.
Just like movie trailers are a spoiler. People don't watch movie trailers anymore. Just don't. It's not worth it. They reveal too much. Whoever's making trailers now are pathetic.
You're right.
Absolutely pathetic.
Oh,
wait,
what did happen?
Is steaminess when Colin got a massage?
Yeah, when Colin's like, my legs might be messed up, but my butt's fine. You want to see it?
Yes, this is where she gets drunk.
Okay, good. I'm not crazy.
You're not. She's drunk and she is...
This is like blatant flirting.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
For sure.
This is advanced, for sure, from episode 2.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was a combination. Also, when Jamie kissed Leary, that was a bit steamy in the hallway. This is why I'm ranking it 4, because there were a lot of sections over here.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm holding fast at 3.
Okay.
So I feel like it's been simmering at this level.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know what? I'm going to do a 3.5.
Okay, fair. I keep forgetting we have decimal points.
Yeah, even though I said I will not be using them, I'm using them every time. Okay, for plot.
Yes.
I'm gonna give this one a 3.
Same.
Because I think the big reveal at the end was important.
Yes.
I think the development of the connection and like partnership between Claire and Jamie.
Yep.
Was important, and like seeing how much Galus was trying to get out of Claire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a 3.
I agree with all those points.
Good. What about feminine power?
Feminine power, I'm gonna go with 4. Just because, like, yeah, we had a lot, like, Mrs. Fitz definitely telling off Father, the priest. That was a strong moment, and it was kind of like women taking about, like, we don't need you here, get out of here, whatever. Claire, like, coming in to help, and the boy, like, actually having him survive.
Right.
Also, Galus doing her thing, and then Leary getting something action she wants to. So all these women are kind of playing their own chess game, and kind of playing their own, you know, they were definitely more in control of this episode. I agree.
Say. I gave it a 4 as well.
Cool. Costume and set.
Costume and set, I gave a 2, just because I feel like there wasn't anything new really introduced, except for Galus's like apartment and that little town square. Everything else we had seen already. The costumes were pretty much the same. Although I did like Claire's hair in that last scene, the half up, half down situation. Yeah,
I do like how I just love her hair. Yeah. I just love everything they do with it. It's just...
Yeah, she has my dream hair.
Even when, you know, it's like tousled and it's supposed to be a mess, and you're just like, oh wow, it still looks great. Yeah.
Good for you.
Cringe factor.
To use? I did a -2 just for Father Bain.
Okay.
I just think he's mean.
Yeah.
And condescending.
Yeah.
And I think he has some real anger issues.
He does.
And I don't like that he's in a position of power.
Agreed. To all of that, I'm going to do -3, also because the kid got his ear nailed in. Was that this episode?
Yes, that was.
So that was cringe for me. Didn't like it. Also, Galus and her hubby.
Oh, you know what?
Gross.
You're right.
Didn't like that.
Yeah, that is gross.
Yeah. And also, when she massaged Colum, I wasn't ready to see his butt. I just wasn't...
do you think you would ever be ready to see Colum's butt?
No. It's so funny. I answer that and it looks like you're jotting it down. Like I'm in a therapy session.
Tell me more about that. How does it make you feel?
Like, I'm glad, you know, he felt better. It felt better. It wasn't like his body was disgusting or anything. It was just that I did not think him and Claire were going to be in that situation.
Yes. And
so
soon. Like, not a problem.
Yeah.
Let me jump right in there.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I was tallying up my number. So I have a 10.5 for this one.
I got a 10.
Wow. Okay. And you know what? Like, looking at the 3 episodes overall, I do feel like the scoring tracks.
Oh, cool.
Like, because I feel like out of all 3, I definitely liked 2 the best, and that is the one that I have the highest score for. And this is the one I like the least. So, just interesting.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another Gemstones and Whiskey podcast. Whiskey and Gemstones? Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, you're
Gemstones and Whiskey.
A lot of whiskey.
Sorry.
It's been so much whiskey. Gemstones and Whiskey with Alex Alexandra. And why did I just say that? I called you Alex. See what kind of
Alex, you doubled
Ashley.
down. But no, I appreciate that because I don't like my first name.
You really don't.
Always wanted to go by Alexandra. So Alex Alexandra, you're like, I have heard you. I've seen you, and I'm validating you. Thank you.
And Reena Ezra. I gave my middle name. So. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Stay tuned for more.